Hello, hello. I have my new stream set up. Oh, it looks so cute. And I have you guys to thank for that. I know it's a weird day. It's New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's, everybody. We'll just wait and see if anybody joins us. Have you guys pulled up on my laptop here? Look at how cute my new little space is. Hey, Steve. Love chat. Hi, everybody. Let's see. You guys are not showing up on my live chat feed on my laptop. So I'm so sorry. Hold on a second. Let me try and figure this out. And it's kind of far away from here. Happy New Year, guys. Hi, Antonio. Oh my gosh, why is it not showing up on here? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, live chat. I don't know why it's not showing up on here, and it's so far away I cannot read it from here. Hi, Beth. Oh my gosh, it's so far away. Why isn't it showing up? Okay, what is happening? I'm so sorry, I cannot read your messages. They're so far away. Hey, Kim. Hi, Sarah. Thank you. Isn't it so cute? You can hardly see this. It says good vibes. It's just a little too bright. I have to figure out lighting situations. But your guys' chat is not showing up on my laptop right now, and I have no idea why. I have no idea why it's not showing up. Oh my gosh, you look so lovely this morning. Thank you so much, Cheryl. It is so cute, right? Yeah, I have like a digital clock that's coming for right here in this space. I just ordered that. Oh my gosh, why is this not showing up? I'm so annoyed with my laptop right now. I have no idea. Oh, it's so far, I can barely read it. I don't understand. Okay. So hi guys, welcome to my New Year's Eve live chat. I got all ready because I'm going out later and hanging out with some friends for New Year's Eve. I am so ready to put this year behind us. Oh my gosh, this is not showing up on here and I am getting very frustrated. Let me try and Google Chrome. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I cannot read your comments that far away. Ugh. Okay, hold on just a second. Hi, Danya. I'm doing well. How are you? I'm so sorry. It's been a rough year. Thank you, Beth. Yeah, it's been a year. Sorry, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry if that went away for a second. I'm so sorry. That's so far away. Are you going to travel? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if everybody knows this yet, but I did have to come home. I found out that my mom has cancer, so I'm not traveling right now, and I'm really sorry for that. And I cannot get this pulled up. It's so annoying. Okay, let's see. Hopefully it pulls up the chat. Oh my gosh, the chat pulled up. Thank goodness. I can actually read the comments because I cannot read them from there. It is so far away, but that's because every time you put the YouTube live on, it like makes it zoomed in so much. So I have to put my camera kind of far away so that doesn't happen and it's not like zoomed in on my face so close. Okay, let's say hi to everybody. Hi, Lewis. Kim, I saw you on there. Hi, Sarah and Deb. Hey, Anthony. Anthony is the one who got me this Good Vibes light that you can't really see because the lighting's weird, but. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Gwen. Happy New Year, everybody. Hi, Sheila. Nola Love. Hi, Francis. Northern Ireland. That's super cool. Hi, Beth. Simple Truth. Simply Being Me. Hey, love your makeup and office. Thank you so much. I am New Year's Eve ready. Because after this, I'm going to make lunch. And then my mom will be getting home sometime after that. And then I think that we're going to go to one of our family friends' house and celebrate the new year. I highly doubt that we will be making it to midnight. It's been a while since I've made it to midnight on a New Year's, but to be fair, I haven't celebrated New Year's with people in a long time, so it's going to be nice. Good vibes to your mom and you. Thank you, Beth. Hi, dear. Your camp hosting vids were my favorite. Papa Smurf. You have been, Papa Smurf, you've been part of my little community here on YouTube for so long, and I appreciate that very much. And when people have like very distinguishable names for their YouTube handle, it's very easy to remember that. Like there aren't too many Papa Smurfs on YouTube, are there? Hi, Sheila. My mom is doing well. She is. She's doing really good. She is being a strong woman. She started chemo and radiation a couple days before last week. She has to do 5 weeks. It's every single day, Monday through Friday, except for on holidays. And so Christmas Day, she didn't have to go. And then tomorrow, which will be New Year's Day, she doesn't have to go. But other than that, it is Monday through Friday, every single day. But she's doing really good. They said that it won't start to have like negative effects to her by the end of 2 weeks is when she'll probably start to feel it. So she said she's feeling a little tired, but other than that, she's doing really well. Hi, Gracie. Oregon. I miss Oregon so much. I think that if I'm out of here in the summer, I'm going to head to Oregon and spend some time there because I really do miss Oregon a lot. Hi, Steve. Steam Train Steve Goes Hiking. I like that. From the UK. That's really awesome. Hi, Teresa from Maryland. Tell us what your goals are for 2025 if you had time to think about it. Well, right now, I'm just kind of trying to like make it through. 2024 it was a really hard year. And if you would have asked me this last year, I had tons of goals for 2024 and I didn't really complete many of them. It was just such a hard year. And so for 2025, my goal is just to like maintain some sort of like peace and happiness because 2024 kind of sucked it all out of me. Hi Davina from Wisconsin. How is Joey doing? Joey's doing well. Joey, come here, bud. Come here. I'm gonna get him. He's on the floor. Hi, buddy. Everybody wants to see you. Okay. Say hi to everybody. Yep, Joey's doing good. He got the mom haircut, so don't make fun of him. Yeah, baby. Yep. He got a fresh new haircut. Cut off all his fingernails. Yep. But he's doing really good. He loves being here. My mom has 2 other little dogs. She has a Pomeranian and a Pom Beagle mix. And he just loves them. They are his besties. And they're so cute. Say hi to everybody, Joey. I'm in Lane County. Gracie, that's where I was in Oregon. I was in Eugene. Hi, Jack. From Maine. That's really cute. Honeybees. I'm happy you made it. I know, Kim. This year was something else, let me tell you. I am just trying my hardest to keep my sanity intact because if I think too much about what's happening in life, I will probably spiral. You guys will find me in like a padded room somewhere. And we don't want that. And so we're just trying our darndest to keep it together. Thanks for all those kisses, Joe. Stop it. I think his haircut is cute. Thank you, Diana. I try really hard. And it takes forever because he does not sit still. And he does not like doing it for very long. So after like 5 minutes, he is trying to get away from me. Okay, Joe. Thank you so much for all those kisses, bud. Okay, there you go. So that was Joey. Sponsored by Joey. What is Joey's favorite toy? He likes the squeakies, and so I get him the one that has like, I think there's 13 squeakies in it. And so before he got all of his teeth removed, he would just take the toy and he would chew on each of the squeaky things to get it out of there. And then I would have to collect them before he ripped them all up into tiny little plastic pieces. But that's his favorite, and so I just buy him a bunch of squeakies. Padded rooms are not fun. Yeah, Papa Smurf. I don't ever want to find out. So. You look amazing. Thank you so much. How old is Joey? He's going to be 12 in April. He's 11. Yeah, Kim, I do have a lot of creative projects that I'm working on. And until I get closer to having more of like a substantial like idea, because right now it's just like little loose ideas that are floating around up there, I will share more about them. Because I really want to probably make a second channel. Originally I was thinking maybe I would do like craft time on this channel, but I think that I want to do just like a whole separate channel for creating things so that this can remain just like traveling and camping things about van life, stuff like that. And so I don't want them to like kind of overlap because they're totally separate things, right? So that's kind of like my little plan right now. But honestly, I was just trying to make it through the holidays and be there for my mom for right now. So we're just, right now, I'm just kind of going with the flow. I've been working really hard on my basement, but again, that's something that will take time because it costs money, right? And so I can only do like little bits at a time by buying a few things here and there. But eventually those videos will be coming up here. And also, I think I talked about this, but I did get an e-bike from a brand, like a brand sent me an e-bike. And it was missing pieces. And so I had to email them and be like, hey, it's missing these screws. And I took like exact pictures of what was missing, and they sent me the wrong ones. And they came from China, and so it took forever to get here. And then when I was going and putting the missing pieces on, I noticed that there were more things that were missing. And it's simple things like nuts and bolts and washers, but all of the small hardware so far has been missing. And when I'm watching the video of like how to put things together, because I'm not very good with machinery. Okay, I don't know why people, like the e-bike people, will like look at my channel and be like, yeah, she is totally an e-bike girl. I've never owned one in my life. And so that has been a frustrating process that I've been working on. And so because I was waiting for the holidays to be over for me to go to the hardware store and try to find the correct size screws and like nuts. I don't even know. Washers. I love that mushroom moon neon sign. It's so cute. Thank you. Somebody sent that to me, and I do have all of the pieces of paper that have the names of the people who sent them to me. And so when I go through and do the video, I will know exactly who sent that. And I'm so sorry that I don't know right this second. Sober. Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year to you. Bye, Beth. Thank you so much for joining. Debbie Lee, Mama's Blessing. Nice to see your beautiful face. Thank you so much. Whatever works, dear one. You're creative. Thank you, Kim. Yes, I have a lot of like creative project things that I'm so bad at like starting things and then not finishing them. So that's okay. That's all right. Sarah, hi. I miss you. I miss the desert. If I'm watching all of your guys' videos that are there, I get sad. So there's that. Thank you, Robin. Yes, I got ready because we're going out later for New Year's Eve. I think I already said this, but we will probably not be making it to midnight. My mom had to be at chemo radiation at 7:40 a.m. this morning. So I don't know how much we're going to be making it to midnight, but we'll try. We'll try. I'm excited because I get to see people that I haven't seen in a while. And they're like family. So it's going to be nice. How was everybody's Christmas? I feel like I waited so long for Christmas to happen, and it's over so quickly. And my mom's talking about taking down the Christmas tree. I'm like, I feel like we just put it up. That's so sad. Thank you, honeybee. I haven't made it to midnight in years. Me either, Sarah. I'm trying to think of where we were for New Year's last year, because I feel like I was with you. And I don't remember what we did, or if I made it to midnight. I really don't remember. Thank you, Davina. Time to take down decorations. I know. We're going to do it the weekend after New Year. So this weekend we'll probably take down all the decorations. I may get to midnight, but I'm in bed at 12:02. I feel that. My phone's ringing. Can you guys hear my phone ringing? Or is that just like on my side? Scadden with Jersey? Oh yeah, that is where we were. And it was very low key. It was just us four, right? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. You guys can hear my phone ringing. That's hilarious. But yeah, I feel like last year the holidays just flew by, and I remember our Christmas very well because we were in Baus and we had Christmas tacos and we watched the Charlie Brown Christmas movie. Yep. I think we watched A Christmas Story too, didn't we? I think we tried to watch like the classics. And this year, I think, is the first year in a long time where I haven't seen A Christmas Story for Christmas. Christmas Miss Ma. Too cold now. Yeah, it's getting cold here too. It was actually supposed to snow today. But the last few days we've had kind of like a heat flash where it's been like almost 50 degrees for a couple of days, which has been really nice. It's been pretty cold lately. It's winter, so that makes sense. But yeah, it's been pretty cold. Snow, rain. Yep. New Year's is celebrated in bed for me. I feel that, Willie. I feel that. I mean, did we even make it? I don't know if we made it to New Year's. Maybe we did. I had bought last year, I remember now, we got like this, I got sparkling grape juice because I don't drink, but I wanted to feel, and I think I got like an orange juice too so I could make mimosas. We had a lot of fun though. And our fire pit, because we were sitting around a fire pit, was shaped in a heart. I remember now. I mean, this year, oh my gosh, this year went by so fast. But it also feels like it kind of dragged on just because of all the bad stuff that has happened. But I've been here for almost 2 months, which is so crazy to think about. Because I got here the day after the election, so the 7th or the 8th of November. 68 and sunny, Willie. Are you in the desert? Going to surprise AZ in March to watch the Royal Spring Training. That'll be fun, Steve. It's almost 70 here in Louisiana. Sounds beautiful. Yeah, Steve, I was in Nebraska before I came here. You probably know that, maybe. But it was cold. It was getting cold. It was getting below freezing overnight. And I would wake up and everything was like frosty. And then I drove here. And it is not any different. I just feel like it's more gray and gloomy. I think I've had maybe like 2 days of sun since I've been in Illinois. It's really affecting my mental. But like I said, I'm really just trying really hard to keep it together. It's been rough. I'm trying really hard. Oh my God, the heart fire pit memories. I know, Sarah. I almost started crying. I miss the desert. I do. I have so much fun every year when I go to the desert. That's kind of where everybody congregates, you know, so it's nice and it's warm and it's sunny. Forgetting last year as soon as possible. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Arizona hills, high desert at 3,500 feet. I freaking love the creative office vibes. Thank you, Sarah. I love it too. I'm going to have to figure out the lighting situation so that you can read that this says good vibes. Anthony and Tux sent this. And Anthony even signed it from him and Tux, which I think is cute. Tux is his cat. It's very cute. Bye, Cheryl. Thank you so much for hanging out. Debbie asked, what's left on your Christmas list? I don't know. I do have my Amazon wish list listed in the description of this video. But honestly, I've gotten so much. I'm so grateful. Like this desk here is from Julie, who is part of my Patreon. This light from Anthony. This light, oh my gosh, I can't even remember who sent this one. I'm so sorry. If you're in here, let me know. And then Steve, who is in here right now, sent me this chair. And it is so comfy. This desk took me like 6 hours to put together. I'm very proud of myself. And then this chair was very easy to put together, and it is so comfy. It has like a little neck pillow that's like adjustable here. So I can just relax. Just chilling. I love it. Daughter starts early. Have you any fog where you are? We have dense fog here in northwest Wisconsin. Yes, Davina, we've had a lot of fog. A lot of rain, a lot of gray weather, some snow. Not much snow, and not enough to stick a lot of the times, but we do get snow. And winter just started, the 21st of this month. So we're like not even really started with Illinois winter yet. I'm not excited for it. It gets like the worst, like mid to end January is the worst for snow and just cold weather. I just ordered a winter coat yesterday. So I don't have a winter coat anymore. Since I moved to Oregon, they don't have a winter. And so I didn't need one. And I went to the desert every year for winter, and so I didn't need one there. And this is the first winter in like 9 years that I've needed a winter coat. I'm not excited about it. But I finally ordered one, so it should be here next week. Diana said, you are so strong. You have such a great community here for you and your mom. Sending light and love to you all. Have fun tonight. Thank you, Diana. That comfy chair, it is very comfy. That chair is my color. I love it. And you guys can't see right now, but behind you guys is my bed, and this matches my bedspread like exactly. And I forgot, somebody sent me the comforter, and I can't remember who it was, and I'm so sorry. But everything matches, and I have all these little like fake plants everywhere, and I love it. I ended up killing any of the plants that I have, so the fake plants if you guys can see this. I got this from the dollar store. And it has like a really cute little elephant. Little elephant that matches it. Oh. We have some serious cold coming. We get your weather before you do. Yeah, it's I hate the snow. I hate driving in the snow. I hate shoveling snow. I hate the wetness. I just pretty much hate everything about snow. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to move out of Illinois in the first place. But I'm trying to remain positive. Like, it's been so long since I've experienced it. Like, maybe I'll enjoy it for a day or two. Yeah. Have to run. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for hanging out. Good, because it's supposed to be cold, girl. I know. I'm really just not ready. Happy New Year from Vancouver, British Columbia. If I'm gonna go to Canada, that is where I'm heading first. Yep. I want to go to Vancouver Island. If anybody watches Chrome, oh my god, I'm forget Van City Van Life. He made me want to go there, but I also want to go to Banff, really bad. It's like on the top of my bucket list of places outside of the U.S. that I want to go. Great setup for lives. Thank you. Look up ZZ plants, and they're great in shade and don't require a lot of water. I love that. That's the kind of plant that I need. Although I killed a succulent. Okay, those are supposed to be one of the easiest things to keep alive, and I killed a succulent. So, I don't know. In me, and I have these like huge grandeur dreams of like owning land and having, you know, a garden and like growing my own food, and I just can't even keep a succulent alive. So, but I do have experience. When I first moved to Oregon, I did a work trade program through WOOF, if you guys have heard of that. Basically, you go and you live on this random person's farm, and then you work an X amount of hours during the week, and then you get to live there for free. And so when I first moved to Oregon, in order to make it work, because I didn't have a job, I didn't know anybody when I first moved there. So I did this work trade program, and I worked on a farm for like 6 weeks while I was driving back and forth between Portland and Eugene, looking for somewhere to live and a job. Like looking back and thinking on it, I have no idea how I did it. I have no idea, because it was so stressful, but I did it and I got it done, and it was awesome. Shiny nickel plates. Hello, Happy New Year. Happy birthday. That's so exciting. How does 21 feel? I have that same plant that's on your top shelf. It lives next to my betta fish. That's so cute. Plants are easier outside. Yeah. Gardening is easier as you go. Yeah, and the farm that I worked at was a pretty, like, it was a big farm, and so it'll be much easier in like the smaller condensed version that I'm thinking of. We're like 44. Well, happy birthday. From Greece. Is it Anila? Is that how you say your name? That is so cute. I would love to visit Greece. My daughter lives near Eugene. She's getting assistance from Laurel Hill. Is that who helped you? No, that is not who helped me. So when I got pancreatitis, and I was in the hospital for 16 days. And then after I got out of the hospital, I had 2 months of bed rest and very strong pills. And so I ended up not being able to pay rent, and I was going to a therapist at the time, and I told her about my situation, and she just happened to have a room at one of the shelters. Like, her office, the therapist's office, had a room at a shelter. And they're like mini apartments. It was basically a studio apartment. It had, obviously a bathroom and a kitchen, and then one big room that I made into like a bedroom living room. So I was so lucky. But the people, like the place that I was at was called Shelter Care. So I'm not really sure what Laurel Hill is, but that's where I was at. And I would not be here. I would never have been able to do all the things that I did if I did not have them help. Honestly, it was just one of those things, like right time, like right place, right time. And I got really lucky. Thank you, Monique. Happy New Year. And Ann Adkins, Happy New Year from Michigan. I loved Michigan. I was trying to think of like where I would want to buy land, because I think that's going to be like my next big adventure, is to save up and buy some dirt somewhere. And so I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I would love a desert land piece. But then I think about it and it's like, okay, I'm not going to stay there for the summer for sure, because I can't even deal with like the 90 degrees. Once it gets to 90 in like the beginning of March, I have to get out of there because it's just way too hot for me. So I want like land somewhere in the north that I can leave for the winter and then come back to. But Arizona land is so cheap. I have very good air conditioning. You need it. You need it when it's like 130 degrees. And you need air conditioning even when it's like 85, in my opinion. Like once it hits like 80 degrees, I'm like, okay, let's turn that AC on. Like summer, especially in a van, is the worst. I feel like I'm just constantly, especially because I'm in a minivan, it's so tiny, and I'm with a dog. And so I'm just constantly trying to find somewhere to like stay cool, find some shade to park in, because Joey like does not do well in the heat. In fact, it gets to like 70 degrees and he's like, this is stupid. Like he hates it so much. Davina asked if I saw Chrome's new blue Sprinter van. No, I have not. To be honest, I haven't watched anybody's. I haven't watched really anybody's videos lately besides Sarah and Aaron. They're like the only they're like the only YouTube channel that I watch now. Because of you, my hubby and the pups went to the UP in October. We enjoyed it immensely. That is awesome. Femme Mystique. It sounds like it would be cold. It was getting really cold when I was leaving there, so. And I would love, that's one of the places that I was thinking of, as far as like buying land somewhere. But I don't know. I really enjoyed the UP. I like Minnesota a lot too. But then I'm also thinking like, okay, maybe I want to be on the West Coast. I would love to have land in Oregon, but it is so expensive. And the cheap land that you find is so far away from like any civilization. And it's not pretty like the Oregon. You guys hear Joey barking? So Max, my mom's dog, is like freaking out up there over something. I don't know what it's about, but Joey just had to join in. But I would love to buy land in Oregon someday. But it's very expensive. And also it catches on fire, and so that scares me. That scares me. I want to buy land in the Pacific Northwest, but it's so much more expensive than everywhere else. It is. It is very expensive, but I feel like it would be worth it eventually if I can afford it one day. I also love Idaho. I love Idaho so much, but I didn't have service a lot of places, and there wasn't a lot there. Like, there's not a lot of civilization in general in the areas that I liked in Idaho. Moira, hi from the UK, Scotland, Aberdeen. That's so cool. I'm a lot Scottish. I think it was like 25% or something Scottish, which is like the highest percentage of like my list of white things. I'm like Scottish, and then English, and then Ukrainian. Don't know how people live in a van in Arizona in the summer. Me either, Willie. Very carefully, and you can't have a dog. Thank you for coming, Kim. It was great talking to you and hanging out. Joey sounds like my dog Pete. It's cute. 333 Bailey. Bailey is the name of one of my childhood best friends, by the way. What is your favorite city you have visited in all of your time of van life, and why? So I didn't go to a lot of cities. I pretty much avoided cities in general, but I loved, as far as cities go, Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz was probably one of my favorites, and I love Tucson. But Santa Cruz was easy to van life in. They have everything you need. It's a fun city. And it was fun just like sitting along the coast and just watching people surf everywhere. I really loved Santa Cruz a lot. And the downtown area is really cute. The best spots in Idaho have no service. It's beautiful. It is very beautiful. Idaho is one of my favorite states that I've visited. But yeah, there was like service nowhere that I went until you got to like an actual town. I think it was like Stanley. Everywhere on that highway on your way to Stanley was gorgeous. It was so beautiful. So much free camping. And I feel like I did not get to spend enough time in that area at all. I would love to go back and do more of that area. It was so beautiful. It's just mountainous and like pristine, clear blue rivers. It was so, so beautiful. Yes, there's so many hot springs up there. Yeah. It was so funny because I would pass somewhere and there would just be like steam coming out of the ground. Like, what is that? And then there's like a little sign, hot spring. It was really cute. I loved Idaho so much. I wish that I had gotten to spend more time there. It's one of the places that I'll eventually go back to. Santa Fe or Lake Tahoe are my favorite. I loved Santa Fe. Sarah, Aaron's family, from Sarah and Aaron's family, I think, lives in Santa Fe, right? I loved it. And they actually told me that one of my favorite camping places was closed down when they went up there, which makes me really sad, but I haven't been to Santa Fe in like 2 or 3 years. I've also never been to Lake Tahoe. That's on my list. It's on my list of places. Because I do want to go back and I want to do Yosemite and Sequoia National Parks again. And they're kind of like in a row up to Lake Tahoe. And when I went there before, it was like, I think April, and so there was still snow. It was very cold. In the Sequoia National Park, they have that very picturesque like a giant tree that you can drive through, but the road was closed because of winter, and I still want to go and do that just so I can get the picture of me driving through a tree since it was closed when I went there. But I'm glad you stopped in my town. Meeting you was awesome. Thank you. You would have loved Leelanau County, but book campsites a year in advance. Sleeping Bear Dunes and Leland are fabulous. I think the Sleeping Bear Dunes were part of like the UP that I missed. Like I got to Marquette, and then I started driving back in, like away from the lake. I would love to do Yosemite. Oh my gosh, Sarah, Yosemite, even if you don't get out and hike, just the drive through it was beautiful. And they actually had like 2 or 3 trails that actually allowed Joey, which if you guys have ever been to a national park, that is very rare. Most of the time it's just picnic areas and not any further than 100 feet from the road. And so Joey's really not allowed in many national parks. So still tempted to move to Eugene. Best friend Stephanie and her husband live there. Steve, I loved Eugene. Eugene was such a cute little town to live in. It is definitely a college town, but I loved it. Full of a bunch of like 70s hippies there still, and the rest are just college kids. I loved it. They are very vegan friendly there. Where would you recommend a pet mom go for July and August car camping? I'm trying to get away from Louisiana, hot and humid summers. From Louisiana, it'd probably be easiest to get to like Colorado and go up into the mountains. That would be my suggestion, because it's like the closest to where you are as far as like mountain ranges go. And get high up in elevation and you'll be fine. But honestly, like it doesn't matter how high in elevation you are, it's still hot. Like the summer is still hot. It doesn't matter how high up a mountain you go. What place has the best steak? I don't know. I haven't eaten steak in over 20 years. Have you been to Bayfield, Wisconsin, where the Apostle Islands are, or to Two Harbors, Minnesota? I have not, Davina. Like I said, I did the UP in Michigan, and that's all of Lake Superior that I've seen. Five Below has a mushroom lamp. I don't know where the nearest Five Below is to here. I don't think I have one. I just understood your username. No age. Yeah. I love seeing your adventures with Joey. If you're ever in Southern Colorado, you both have a place to park. Thank you so much. We haven't done a lot of Colorado either. I think it's because I have family that lives there, so I went there as a kid a few times. And then I had a friend who moved near Denver, so I went and visited her when I was there. It was near Boulder. And I got my first knock ever on my van there. And they told me that sleeping in your car is not allowed in the Denver metropolitan area. And so I asked them where a safe place would be for me to, this is the cops, by the way. I asked them where would be a safe place for me to park because I was leaving the Denver area in the morning. And they told me to drive into the mountains. And it was like 11 p.m. And I was like, no. And so I found a park and ride near Red Rocks Amphitheater. Hi, Paul. I'm happy that you got to come and hang out even just for a second. Thank you so much for the advice and suggestions. No problem. Ask any questions you would like, and I will try to answer them with the best of my knowledge. But yeah, this year has been, I'm so happy that this year is coming to an end. And despite the fact that I have been through a lot of bad things this year, I did have some good times too. I did. You know, the UP was beautiful, and I spent months traveling through Michigan, and into Wisconsin. But yeah, it was a weird year. And I feel a little lost right now, I'm not gonna lie. And I know I'll get back on the road eventually, but right now it's just kind of hard for me to see that in my vision, because I don't know, I'm just trying to get through this time period. And hopefully this, 2025 will bring me like a renewed sense of purpose. I missed the beginning of your live and may have already mentioned it, but how is your mom doing? My mom's doing very well. She started chemo radiation almost 2 weeks ago. She has to do 5 weeks. And so she has like 3 full weeks left before she's done with that. And then we can figure out where to go from there. But she's doing really good. She's so strong. Like, she still goes to work straight after her chemo radiation treatment. Like, where it's me, like, I'm not saying like milk it, but like if I had to go do chemo radiation, I would definitely not be going into my office job. And they even told her, like, you can totally work from home. It's totally fine. She still goes in. So I get my hardworking side from her. And then my crazy party side from my dad. Hi, all the way from South Florida. I love your videos, and little Joey, sending positive vibes for you and your mom. Thank you, Mara. Thank you, Barley. Yes, this is my new setup. And eventually, so you have this light here. And I just don't know. I don't know. Now it's in frame. But you still can't read this very well. And this, I actually had to turn down the lighting setting in order to see it. Because there's like a, let me see. Oops. If I turn it up, it like washes out like this guy. But this one doesn't have the settings like this to turn it down. Isn't that cute? So cute. Praying for your mom. Thank you. The Blue Pearl. Hi, all the way from South Florida. Hello. Mara, how are you doing in South Florida? Were you affected by the hurricanes this year at all? It was honestly like so devastating. It was hard to watch. I just feel like they just kept getting, and I know they go through a hurricane season every year, but for some reason this year just seemed like extra bad. Hello, I missed your channel. It's good to see you from Redding, California. Hi, Linda. I drove through Redding once. You're not far from the Oregon border. Washburn, Wisconsin is right next to Bayfield, and the campground is called Memorial Park. There's a couple sites that are right on a cliff of Lake Superior. That's cool, Davina. Living my dream. Happy New Year's. Praying for your mom. So glad you're home with her. I have to go back to work. Well, thank you so much for stopping in. The hurricanes just missed us. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. That's awesome, Mara. That's good that it missed you. My dad's aunt lives in Naples. And I think it was like 2 years ago, they got hit with a hurricane pretty bad, and they had to stay in a hotel for like a week while their house, all the water got out of their house. That's so crazy. If there was ever a reason not to move to Florida, it would be that one. I'm like terrified of hurricanes. And so I used to really want to do the Northeast in the fall and then make my way down to Florida for winter one year. That's always my decision. Like, if I'm not going to go to Arizona, this is what I'm going to do for winter. But I just like don't want to deal with hurricane season. I've been watching your videos since back when you were still in your apartment and getting your van ready to move in. I always enjoyed your content and wish you a wonderful 2025. Thank you, Mickey. That's so crazy. Isn't it crazy to think that that was 2019? It was 2019 when I bought my van. I think it was like around February. I had just gotten my tax returns because I was still working a W-2 job, and so I would get money back on my taxes, which was always really nice. But I spent like $1,200 on a minivan, and that became my life for 4 years. And I miss it. I do. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I am so ready to not be in a minivan though. I feel like it just got harder and harder over the years to be in such a small space for so long. I definitely want to get a bigger vehicle, and financially, it has just never been something I've been able to do, which is really hard. Because I would have thought, like, especially going into it, like, oh, I'll be able to save up money and then put money down towards a bigger vehicle. Like 5 years later, it still hasn't happened. In fact, I am doing like worse off now than I was before I started van life. But that's just because I haven't been making videos this month very much at all. I'm really sorry for that. I am really sorry for that because it's been really hard to get in front of a camera and talk to the camera when I haven't been feeling the best. And so I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try and be better. And I already explained, like, the couple of videos that I had planned on making for you guys just have not worked out as well, like how I wanted them to. With the e-bike, there was missing parts. I mean, I got that bike back around Thanksgiving. I've had it for over a month. And so eventually that will. Hi from Apache Junction. Hey, Joe. What is the prettiest place you have ever visited in van life? Oh my gosh, that's so hard. I feel like almost everywhere I've been has been beautiful. But if I had to choose like one that is in my top like prettiest, like aesthetically pleasing to the eye places, I would choose the Pacific Northwest coast, mainly in like Washington in the Olympic Peninsula area. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. You have beaches and rocky coastline, and then you have rainforest, and it is just like the most beautiful place on earth, I'm sure. Happy New Year from the Yukon. Oh yeah, honey, you were telling me that you go to the Yukon, right? For like a winter thing, which is so funny because usually it's the opposite, right? I feel like I would be freezing. Yes, it's beautiful there. Happy New Year, Defrost from Michigan. I'm sorry you've had a rough year. Thank you, Shiny Nichols. I know it's been a weird one. Willie said you have to live life first before YouTube. You're right. You are right. But this is also my job. And so not doing my job means I don't get paid. And so that just makes my already hard time a little harder. And so I'm trying my hardest to like get in the right mindset to make videos. But I love the architect Frank Lloyd Wright. Yeah, so I live really close to that glass house. And I forget the Farnsworth house. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong, but it's a house made of glass. I live very close to it. As much as I think it's cool, Kathleen, architecture really isn't my like forte. Although I don't know if you've ever been to Chicago, but Chicago has one of like the coolest histories of architecture, in my opinion. And what has withstood the Chicago fire is just, it's so cool. Every single what are they called? Field trips. When I was in school growing up, we went to the city. So whether it was Navy Pier or the Museum of Science and Industry, art museums, that's where we went. And so I had learned a lot about Chicago history. What was that place called? In the Museum of Science and Industry. Oh my gosh, it was so long ago. It was over 20 years ago. They had one of their like setup things. I don't even know what it's called. But it was called Bodyworks. And it was so cool. They had like every like vein and artery like from a real body preserved. It was, I don't know how to, I'm doing a horrible job explaining that. It was really weird to see. Willie, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Kathleen, it was it's a Frank Lloyd Wright building. So if I'm wrong, then that's not what it's called. But it is for sure. He has a little sign outside the front of it, and it was like featured in Ferris Bueller. Sheila, thank you so much for the super chat. Bailey said, have you ever done car camping in Florida? I heard people get the knock a ton. I have no idea what it's like to van life down there, but I don't know. It's a very popular place. Florida is a very popular place to go. I don't know though. I have not been there. I mean, I've been to Florida, but not in my van. I went to Disney World when I was probably like 10 years old. But I haven't been there since then. I've been to North Carolina once to visit family because I had family in Wilmington. And then New York. And I have so much family in New York that we went there a lot of times. But those are the only two like East Coast places that I've been. And so that was always like on my bucket list was to do the East Coast. And eventually I will. I remember that. St. Paul, Minnesota had that Bodyworks thing too. Yeah, Jane, it was freaking weird, but it was so cool. It was so cool. Like they had, it looked like a human body, but it was just your arteries. And they had it like in this preserved box thing that you could look and see. It was so weird, but so cool. And then they had like the body in the bodyworks thing, they had every like milestone of fetuses, and they were real, just in like a preserved bubble. It reminded me of like aliens, when they have the aliens and like those preserved like liquids. That's what it reminded me of. It was freaking weird, but it was so cool. They also had like a Titanic museum section, which was awesome. Hit that like and subscribe button for Chantel. Thank you, Davina. Are you doing any art? A little bit, Joe. A little bit. But right now I was really trying to focus on, all of my free time has been going to getting my basement in order. Get this out of the way. And so I haven't really done a lot of arts and crafts right now, but I will. I grew up in upstate New York in the Columbia County area. I'm not sure where that is, Davina, but my family's in Binghamton and like Port Dick area. So I don't know how far. It's like they live like an hour from Syracuse. I would love to go back to New York. I've never been to New York City. I really have like no desire to go there. I feel like if I want to visit cities, it's something that I would want to like get a hotel for and stay in a hotel and get taxis driving me around, because I don't want to drive there, and Joey would be staying with a friend or something, because yeah. Oh my God, Steve. Steve, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. And it says, let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Thank you so much. That is so generous. Thank you. Joe said, show how you're renovating the basement. Well, it's kind of hard to move my setup right this moment. But we can see here I've made this office space, which is part of like my bedroom. So behind you guys is where my bed is, which I bought a bed frame and I put that together, and it was super annoying. But I have a bed, and then I have like a little fake closet thing over here. On the other side of this wall, on this side, is the kitchen. It doesn't have a stove or fridge, but I had bought a Dometic fridge for the old van that I was gonna build out, and then never did because it was just a lemon and a piece of crap. And so I have a Dometic mini fridge. It's like, I don't know, like this big. And so I'm going to put that down here, and then I'm going to bring my camping stove down here. And so I'll have pretty much like a full kitchen setup down here, which is really nice. And then on the other side of the wall this way is a living room. I also put carpet down. So I have carpet. Before it was just concrete. So I have carpeted floors now, which is really nice and comfy on my tootsies. What else is over there? There's also a bar. I have a bar down here, which when we first bought the house, I was super excited about it. I was such a lush. And we had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun sitting at a bar. But now it's just kind of decoration in the corner. But I haven't done much else with the living room and this area, kitchen area. Like I said, it's expensive. Like things are expensive. And so I have to do things like building out this basement area very slowly. Very slowly. Because even just like a few $100s extra a month to like buy stuff is almost nothing. You know what I mean? Like even just the bed frame and the carpet was like $500. So like every little tiny thing just adds up to be so much. Eventually, I would like to get this done. Some people like watching artists draw, very calming. Yes, Willie. So I talked about this a little bit, but I think that I want to make a separate channel for like arts and craftsy stuff. Because I like making jewelry a lot. That's kind of one of my main focuses. And also love drawing, painting, things like that. And I also love trying out new hobbies. I love it. And so I really want to like learn how to do resin art. And so maybe at some point, but like I said, I can't even decide on a name for it. Okay, that is like the hardest part. Even now, if I think about it too much, I hate the name My Basic Journey. If I think about it too much, I'm like, I should change it. But that's okay. It's been like 5 years now. And so that's just what it is. And so it's really hard for me to make that first step of choosing a name for the shop that I want it to be. I'm almost thinking making it simple, like Made by Chantal or something. But anything that had to do with my name was taken already. And so I don't know what I'm going to call it. Thank you, Shiny Nickels. And Joe. But yeah, I can't decide on what to call it. I had the same problem with deciding what my YouTube channel should be called for this channel. It took me so long before I even like came up with the name and put my first video up. I mean, I thought about it for months. I have a channel for that kind of stuff, but I haven't made videos for it yet. Yeah, Shiny Nickels, I feel that. I just need to pick a name and just go for it, and then we can change the name later, which is exactly my thought process when I started this one. I was like, well, it's kind of stupid, but, you know, I can always change it later. I want to paint rocks and leave them various places. Yeah, so Eugene has a huge rock hiding community. And so you can go anywhere in Eugene, you're going to find painted rocks. And they have like a Facebook page that has like a hashtag that you put on the rocks on the back. And then you like take a picture and you put them on and then you hide it again. And I think that's really cute. And so I used to paint a lot of rocks for that. Have you asked your chat for suggestions? Well, chat, I will take any suggestions. Let's brainstorm a name. Okay, Joe. Yeah. What do you guys think I should call my crafting / art channel / shop channel? Also, I really wanted to do TikTok lives. That was one of the things that when I was trying to like think of like what I wanted to do for the channel. Oh my gosh, Andy made it 333, which is so cute. Thank you so much, Bailey. 333 is my number, which is so crazy. That's so cute. Thank you. Where was I? TikTok. Yes, I wanted to do TikTok lives for like creating. And so that was something that I was going to start working on. And then the whole thing with it, like possibly January 19th being like donezo. I'm just like, well, at least let's wait until then to see like what is happening with TikTok before I try to start growing on there. But we'll see. I just like the platform of TikTok, as far as live feeds go, is the best. And I believe that on YouTube, I think they have like a no selling policy kind of type deal. So like on TikTok, they even have like TikTok shop, right, where you can go and you can buy whatever they're like creating on live there. But I think on YouTube they have some sort of rules where you're not allowed to like sell like that. I'm gonna have to really look into it because I'm kind of sad. I'm also like very addicted to TikTok. I spend an embarrassing amount of time scrolling on TikTok. But that's also how I find a lot of the crafts that I feel like I really want to do. Like, I am obsessed with the junk journaling channels. And I just love watching people make junk journals. Everyone sells things on YouTube. Yes, in a way, like YouTube even has a collaboration with Spring, which used to be Teespring, but that's where my merch is from. And so they do have like a collaboration with them. So it puts like a table underneath the YouTube videos that have like my merch on it. I don't know about this live stream, but all of my normal videos will have a little bar underneath it that has like my merch from Spring on it. But I don't think I could be like on here being like, hey, I have this chapstick. Go over to this site right here and buy this chapstick and I will sell it to you through this live. And I think that that's where there's like a, I don't think that's allowed. But on TikTok, you're very much allowed to do that. Whoa, I have been away. Are you off the road now? Yes, Lee, just for now, I am off the road. And I am loving all of these names that you guys have come up with. Creations by Chantel. Creative Chantel. Anything but basic. Chantel Dreams Jewelry. Chantel's been creative. They're all very cute. Chantel's Magic Hat. My basic creations. Granny, I actually thought of something like that, like my basic creations or my basic art shop or something like that, but I think I want to make it like a completely separate entity from my basic journey. And then my basic journey will just be my traveling, building things. Joey's Jazztastic journey. Oh my god, he would love that. So yeah, I'm trying to think of like how to go about this because I make these bracelets and I thought it'd be fun to do like mystery bracelet selling because there's so many that to make that many different oh my god, what are they called on Etsy listings would cost a lot of money. And so I was thinking of doing like live sales of like mystery crystal bracelets. We'll see. I have no idea. This is why I didn't want to talk about it too much because I have a million ideas and probably none of them are going to happen. And I just need to like focus. Joey's bling. Joey would love that one too. Anything Joey related, he's going to love it. But I also want to do like a sticker shop with all of my drawings and stuff like that. So I don't want to make it like specific because I have already started, and I'm not going to tell you guys what it is because I don't think I'm keeping it. When I was here at my mom's last time, and I started making the jewelry again, I did make a YouTube channel. I made a Instagram. I made a TikTok page. Obviously, I have to have an email for them. Of a brand name that I don't think I'm going to use. And this is why I can't do I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But I don't like that it was specific to like crystals. Because I do want to have things that are not jewelry related to sell on there. Hi, Deb. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for coming. Chilling to art. Have to go. My fur baby Nikki wants to go for a ride. We have a 1996 Grand Caravan that's called the Nikki Mobile. Everyone have a nice New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's, Davina. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Betting on Alaska takes his things and takes bids through his email. He does painted pictures. He just made a couple knives. Magical jewels. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'm trying, you know, right now I'm not too worried about starting a new project as much as I am about like finishing the ones I've already started. And so right now my main focus is just being there for my mom and kind of making like a comfy space for myself down here. And once we get that done, then I could put more focus into creating a second channel, creating more art for that channel. And so right now we're just chilling, which is why I haven't had much to share with you guys. Thank you. Yes, I love it. I love it so much. Thank you, Stephanie. Happy New Year to you and your mom. Thank you so much. Roommate is sick today. Day off from DoorDash. That's awesome, Deb. Do you do any fiber arts? No, I haven't tried. I don't think I've tried any fiber arts. What's included in that? Because honestly, I have no idea. When you say fiber arts, I think of like felting. And I don't think that's correct. But I've also never felted anything either. Prayers for your mom. Thank you, Lisa. I love crocheting. I don't know if this has anything to do with fiber arts. But I do love crocheting, and I learned to crochet from a very young age from my grandmother. And then that was on my dad's side. My dad's mom taught me how to crochet, and my mom's mom knits, and so she tried to teach me like stab it, loop it, swoop it, whatever. It's I just prefer crocheting more. Oh yeah, so that was right. That was right. That's fun. Okay, yeah. So I like crocheting. I haven't tried any macrame things yet, but I love the look of them. I think it's very cute. To get like a natural stick and then just like tie strings stuff to it. It looks so cute. Tina. Hi, Tina. Love your Etsy store. Place looks great. How's your weather? Miss your videos and music edits are so relaxing. Thank you so much. The weather today is raining. It said rain/snow. And so I don't know if it'll snow later because it's just been raining. It's been very gray. Gross looking out there. But I believe, and I can't even check, it's so far away. I believe that the weather is like warmer today. Like I think it's in the 40s, which is very nice compared to like what it's been the last few weeks. Thank you, Deb. So my Etsy store is now, I have like nothing left on there. It has become very, it's just like the last few pieces that nobody has bought. And so I think that once I start the new Etsy shop, I'll probably end up getting rid of most of the things on the My Basic Journey Etsy. And then maybe I'll just keep on that Etsy, like, the stickers and stuff that I had before, because I took those off. I took all the stickers and everything off because they were coming from a company called Printful, and I don't think that they were very good quality for the price that you had to have paid them because it was drop shipping in order to get it shipped to you. So if you bought like one sticker, even though I only had them for sale for $3, the shipping was like $4. And so you paid like $7 for one sticker. And And so I took all of them off because I did not like how that was set up. And then once I had like actual stickers that are only $5, and then I offered free shipping because I would just mail them. Etsy changed their settings to where you had to supply a tracking number, and there are no tracking numbers if you're sending something through the mail. And so I would get dinged because I couldn't provide a tracking number. And I was just getting so annoyed that I just took all the stickers off. I'm like, I'm done with these stickers right now, but I would love thank you, Brandy. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Thank you so much for joining my memberships. That's so sweet. No more jewels from Michigan. Deb, I did, oh my gosh, I haven't even gone through them because I get overwhelmed when I look at it, but I have bags. I have bags of rocks from Lake Superior. I have bags. And I need to sand them down and polish them before I can really do anything with them. And so it's just bags of rocks at this point. I also have a bag of rocks from Arizona. We found a bunch of fire agate. It was beautiful pieces of agate. And then I also have a bunch of obsidian from Oregon. I like have so many bags of rocks, it's ridiculous. Thank you so much, Brandy. Thank you. Deb, no, I don't have a rock tumbler. I wish I did, though. I wish I did. But some of the rocks are like this big, and so I would need a large tumbler in order. The ones I see are mostly like this big. I think I'm just thinking of like the Scholastic Book Fair rock tumblers, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But they're only like this big, and I just don't want to spend the money on something. I don't know. I just don't really want to spend the money on it right now. Any new projects for your van you're thinking about doing? Debbie, probably not for a while. I was just here in April after my dad passed away. I came here and then I did a bunch of projects on my van. And so I don't think I want to do any, I don't really need to do anything, and I don't want to put any more money into that minivan because, I mean, it's over 20 years old. And like I've put so much money into it. Like if I'm going to be putting any money into like my van at all, it's going to be for mechanic wise, not like aesthetic things. I really would just like to get a brand new van. I used to walk down gravel roads on the farm and pick up cool rocks. Yeah, Steve, I can't help myself. I can't help myself with like seeing a cool rock and putting it in my pocket. I'm like a crow attracted to shiny things. I had one growing up. Dad got it for me. It takes all day. Yeah. Yeah. And like I have so many rocks. I have so many. It's ridiculous. I loved your stained glass for your windows. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, that was a very simple project that I could do, but it's already done, so I don't need to do it again. Transit Connect. That is my dream by the end of 2025. I love the Transit Connects. They're one of the tallest that you can get, but it's also like thinner than some of the other ones. My perfect van of like my ideal RV to have would be a Travato 59G. And one day I would love to be able to afford it. They're like $120,000. So your average little person like me can't afford things like that right now. Maybe one day. Check out Big Bug Creek Rock Club here. That's cool. 2020 to 2013 high roof. Yeah, Deb. If I buy another van, it's gonna have a high roof on it. Like, I've looked at like the lower roofs, like the Econolines or the Chevy Expresses, and I just don't think like if I'm gonna be spending that much money on a van, like I want to be able to stand up. That's like the only my only requirement for my new van is gonna be that I can stand up in it, because that is like so frustrating when it's like crappy weather outside and I'm stuck in the minivan all day and you can't even stand up. It's so frustrating. And then to do things like if I need to wash dishes or something and it's just been raining and gross and muddy outside, like it is the worst. And so I want something I can stand up in, and I want a sink inside. Those are my 2 requirements for my new van eventually. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so sweet. It's hard to believe that's already been an hour and a half. It went by so fast. Is anybody doing anything fun for New Year's tonight? If somebody's doing something fun, tell me so I can live vicariously through you. Because we're going to our family friend's house. And you know, it's just like family friends that I've grown up with my entire life. And I'm probably not going to make it till midnight. I'll probably eat a bunch of snacks. I don't drink, so I'm probably just going to have like some soda. Like, it's not, you know, my New Year's Eves are not very exciting anymore. Toyota Sienna is probably the most reliable. Yeah, but if I'm not going to buy another minivan. The minivan I have is pretty reliable, but I just don't want to buy another minivan. Like, if I'm going to buy a van, I want it to be like a big van. Me too. Age sneaks up quickly. Yes, Deb. One day I was 25 and I was like just starting my night at 10 p.m. And now it's like if I'm not at home by 10 p.m., I'm like dying. I will be watching friends live streaming. I'm going live tomorrow. That's awesome, Willie. Yeah, tomorrow, for the day of New Year's, my mom and I, my grandma, and then my friends Nicole and Jen, possibly, I think, are all going to go see Mufasa. I was so excited about that. Yeah, in my ripe age of 35 now, I do not make it very long going out. My idea of a good time is at home or in my van or being outside somewhere away from like large groups of human beings. Like, I love people. Don't get me wrong. I love humans. I'm a lover of humanity, but I like to keep my, you know, I like to be in my little bubble. Hi, Christine. Happy New Year. Deb, when is your birthday? My birthday is not until May. I'm going to be 36 this year. And it's crazy to think that now I'm going to be able to say I'm almost 40. I still feel like I'm the young spring chicken I was 10 years ago. Maybe it's a little harder to get up from a sitting position on the floor, but Thank you, Sandra. Happy New Year. Heck yeah, maybe babies. May babies. Yep. May 22nd here. I'm turning 36. So crazy. I get it. Love humanity, but can only handle humans in small batches. Yeah. Yeah. I'm an only child, love my alone time, and hanging out with my best friend and roommate Brad. Yeah, Steve, I'm also an only child. And so I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I need so much alone time. Like, I cannot have people in my energy all of the time. And I feel like people who grew up with siblings, like, they have like a different, I don't know how to say it. Like, they're used to people being in their space all the time. Like, they're used to like just not having like a personal bubble. Whereas like as an only child, I did everything by myself. I learned to be my own best friend. Anytime I wanted to play, guess who I played with? Me, you know? So I really like being alone most of the time. And I love my people. I love my humans and my best friends. But I do like to be in my own little space most of the time. Also, I'm one of those people, like, like tonight, we're going to socialize and go to our friend's house. And then tomorrow, we're going to the movie with a group. And then after that, I'm going to need like a full week by myself. So I'm an only child and I hated it growing up. Now I love it. Yeah, Sarah, when I was a kid, I used to ask like for Christmas and like birthdays and stuff, I would ask my parents for a sibling. And now I'm like, I'm so happy that they're like, no, you are enough. I think I was just a handful. I've always been a very outspoken person, even as a little tiny human. Very outspoken. I always say what's on my mind. I kind of just always have done what I wanted. So. Christine said, I noticed when I went boondocking, it felt so awkward talking to people again after. I forget how to make small talk. That's how I feel. My favorite form of small talk is at the grocery stores. I love it. I love chatting up the person who's checking me out. I love chatting them up, and I love learning about their life. And that is like sometimes like a lot of the communication I'll have for that week, especially when I'm living on the road and I'm traveling by myself. I will be out in the forest by myself for an entire week, and then my one day in town of like getting groceries and getting water. That is like the only true socialization besides like talking to people on the phone or on the internet, like at all. And so I learned to like love having like my little time in town and like saying hi to like all the people that I pass. I like your mushroom moon sign. I was just talking to someone about mushroom structures and how they're connected through the root system and communicate that way. It's so fascinating. It is so cute. But yeah, this wall moves. But yeah, it's very cute. I love mushrooms. I actually hate eating mushrooms. It's one of the only foods that I don't really like very much. My dogs and 3-year-old grandson is my only company. Yeah, Sarah. And 3-year-olds, I feel like, have a lot to say for somebody who hasn't been around on this earth very long. 3-year-olds can talk, man. You're an empath probably too. Wears you out to be in a big group. Yes, Steve. I think it energetically, it wears me down. Christine, I love your chat with Chantel Corner. Thank you. Yes, I need to figure out better light, like a better lighting situation. So that way you can read this better. Because it's kind of just looks like a blob at this point, but yeah. Oh, thank you, Christine. Yeah, Steve, mushrooms. I am not a big fan. I've tried so many different kinds of mushrooms too, especially when I lived in Oregon. Oregonians are all about their mushrooms and like foraging mushrooms. And being from Illinois, we just don't have that here. It's not like a big foraging community here. But I did try because when I lived in Illinois before I moved to Oregon, like the only mushrooms I really tried came from that can, you know, and they're like slimy and kind of gross. But I am not, anytime I've tried a mushroom, I don't like it. However, I did have a really good mushroom gravy once. And as long as I didn't get a big chunk of mushroom, it was really good. But any mushroom that I've tried, I have just not enjoyed. So I did try some mushroom coffee, you know, like the Four Sigmatic. It was like huge. It was huge back in the day in the vegan community. And I did try it and it was okay. I wouldn't buy it again. Psychedelic mushrooms. Those do not taste great either, Jim. But, you know, they're one of the only mushrooms I would eat back in the day. Not so much anymore because I'm old. What do you do for stress management? So I do like to create things. But also just like sitting, my favorite form of stress management is when you just sit like this and you just don't think for like 5 minutes straight. I would call it meditation, but it's not technically meditating. It's just being quiet and not saying or hearing or doing anything for like a small amount of time. Also, I got a stair stepper thing. Oh my gosh, I fell for the TikTok shop ads. But I got a stair stepper, and so I've been doing that. And then also this like dance thing that I've been doing. Those are like my stress management activities. Sue, thank you so much. Best wishes for good vibes in 2025 and healing for your mom. Our New Year's tradition is all the grandkids overnight for a party, unlimited snacking, gaming, and no sub bedtimes. That is so cute. Thank you so much. That is adorable. Clearing your mind. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. In the morning after I wake up, like I will wake up and then I'll just like lay I'll just lay in my bed for like 10 minutes before I even get out of my bed and just lay there and just contemplate my entire life. Mushroom umami. I love Trader Joe's. The closest Trader Joe's to here is like 40 minutes. And it's very close to the Whole Foods too, which I also love going to Whole Foods. I do love Trader Joe's though. Their produce is great. The only thing that I don't like about Trader Joe's produce is that because it is like organic and it's has not a lot of preservatives or anything in it, it does not last as long. So I don't know if you guys have ever bought stuff from Trader Joe's and you notice how quickly it goes bad. It's because it's fresh, because it's actually like decent food. It makes me sad because, you know, the produce that we buy from like Walmart, like it can be good and it lasts longer. but you just know that it's because of all of the stuff they spray on it. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me. Almost to 2 hours, which is so crazy. It went by so fast. Thank you so much, Christine. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that little emoji is so cute. Is it like a lemon and like a mini lemon? Or like maybe a mini lime? It's so cute. I don't know what that is, but it's really cute. Deb, do you do kraut for luck? If you're talking about like sauerkraut, I haven't tried sauerkraut since I was a kid. And when I tried it as a kid, I was not a fan. However, I have tried kimchi that I've liked, which is similar in the way that it's like fermented cabbage. So maybe I'll try it again as an adult and see if I like it. Yeah, Christine, it's so cute. Thank you so much. That's so adorable. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm going out later, and so I kind of wanted to do my makeup a little. Also, I find that when I'm feeling down and like not feeling the best up here, if I get ready, even if I'm not going anywhere or doing anything, it like just makes me feel a little better. Women logic. The women logic. Wow, I cannot say that. Women logic. Women's logic. But yeah, I have been doing my makeup a lot more since I've been living at my mom's. And I realized how much I miss it because I went years without wearing makeup, without doing my hair, which is totally fine and great. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I love it. But it feels nice to like, I have like a little vanity area that I can get ready at, which I haven't had in so long. It just feels nice, you know? Like, sometimes when you feel like you look better, you feel better. So, Matthew H., 4 years as a nomad, currently in Q, sending all the best to you and your mom. Thank you so much. Yeah, I miss being at Quartzsite. In the warmth. I miss the warmth more than anything. Like going outside and it's like 70 degrees and it's just beautiful. Like the worst things you have to worry about in the Arizona winter is the wind, and then sometimes it could rain like a little tiny bit. But you're not going to have like flash flooding like you do in monsoon season. But the winds can be pretty brutal. All the best for your mother. Thank you, Linda. Not leaving yet, just saying. Thank you, Steve. That's really sweet. Yep. I feel like I still have so much to do down here. Organic Silver Moon Designs. Happy New Year early to you and your family, and sorry missed almost all of your live. How is JoJo? I love your live setup. So freaking cool. Thank you so much. Joey's doing really well. He loves being here because there's 2 other small doggies that he is like BFFs with now, and so he gets to like hang out with other dogs, and they're so cute together. Christine, I have an awning. I ended up never using it due to those unpredictable winds in the desert. Yeah. You know, when I first got my awning, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to use this in the winter because sometimes the sun is so strong and like you just want a place to get away from the sun. But you'll be sitting out there and then a 30-mile wind gust, 30-mile-per-hour wind gust will just come and like take it away. So Sarah and Aaron have a gazelle, like a pop-up tent that has withstood some pretty strong winds. I was very impressed with it. But like my little awning that's on my minivan already would not. I mean, that's how it broke in the first place, is because I was in New Mexico and I had it out, and then a huge wind gust came and just flipped it right over my van and it broke it. And so I had to like take a hammer and like try to fix it in a way. And now I can set it up just fine, but it's just a little wonky. But at least I can set it up. It's been a long year. I feel like this year was longer than most years. And I'm happy it's over. The last day of 2024. But you know what? Okay, I'm going to do something like positive, right? Like my favorite memories from 2024. Let's see. Definitely going to, oh my gosh, what was it called? The Lake Superior boat tour. That was like probably my favorite thing that I did all year. I loved it. What else was really exciting this year? I loved Tawas Bay. Tawas in Michigan. I looked into properties and houses there. And I loved it so much. The only thing is that the winters would be crappy. But even in the summer, like the weather is very mild. And it just must be in like the perfect spot in order for it to not get like super crazy hot. Like almost everywhere around it was like really hot, except for that like one place it was still like 75. I really liked that area. I'm still here, but I was eating, so not chatty. That's okay. Shiny nickels, that's all right. Oh, and I love your moon and shroom lamp. Must be the 60s child. Are you thinking about being a permanent homebody? No. Eventually I would love to get some land, but I'm just here for now because of my mom. And I'm not really sure what I want to do after this, so I'm just kind of going with the flow for right now. If I think too much about the future, I start getting anxious. And so I try to like just think about like the moment right now. And right this moment, I am just trying to like make it through the new year. First it was make it through the holidays. I stay west to avoid bugs. Yeah, Christine, you know what's crazy is that when I first moved to Oregon, I don't know why I thought like the bugs would be like worse or like equivalent to what they are in Illinois, but they are so much better. There's hardly any spiders. I mean, I'm sure there are tons of spiders. But here in Illinois, like you're in your house or just walking to your front porch and there are spiders everywhere. And I am so tired of the spiders. It's funny because last time I was here, when I came to visit in April, I got bit by a spider, like the first week I was here. And I lived in a van outside for like years and have never been bit by a spider. And then I'm inside of a house and I get bit by a spider. Like, that's so crazy. And a centipede crawled on me. It was gross. But yeah, that's why I kind of said reconnecting. I have no idea what happened there. But it was a big reason why I wanted to like kind of redo this area down here a little bit, because it was very much basement-esque before. Like it was very like I don't know how to explain, like, anybody who's been in a classic Midwest basement will understand. It's kind of dark, kind of dingy, you know, musty. And so it was nice. Kind of like I put the carpet down and I feel like it made a huge difference just with the carpet. I love the California trips you did. I love Kelly, but not the cost to live. Land sounds amazing. You can do it. Chill for best new year. Thank you. I do hope you find your land, and sending love to you and your mom. Thank you, Myra. Did you end up finding any cool agates when you were in Michigan? I did not. Okay, so I found like a couple tiny ones, right? But agates are, you can't really see what they look like on the inside. You need a rock cutter. And so I did not get any like of the big ones, but I got some of like small broken pieces from ones that were already broken. And so I do have a couple like smaller agate pieces, but I didn't find any of like, I follow this guy, I think I've already mentioned him to you guys, but his name is Agate Daddy. And so I love it. He gets all of his, well, not all of his, but most of his come from Lake Superior that he goes and digs himself. And then he like puts them through the cutter and he like does the, look at these two sides. And it's so cool. And I would love to do that one day, but you know, it's another piece of machinery that is not cheap. The best thing about having land is just knowing that you have a home base, even if you don't use it much. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. I want to have something to call my own and build on slowly over time. One day it'll happen. You watch the Agate Dad? I love his show. Me too. Me too. And I don't know if it was just like the TikTok algorithm, like hearing me talk about going to Michigan, because right before I like went up there is when I started getting like recommended his videos, and they started showing up on my FYP of these Lake Superior agates this guy finds and cuts them in half, and they're freaking beautiful. I have been extremely anxious about the future as well, but Chinese horoscope looks good for 2025. That's awesome. I think I'm in the Chinese zodiac, I'm a snake. 1989. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Somebody tell me, does my 2025 look good as a snake from the Chinese zodiac? Because I have no idea. But apparently, to Western astrology, as a Gemini, my 2025 life is looking good. I don't know how real some of those things are, but I did see something that Gemini is supposed to have a good year this year. So fingers crossed. Hi, Susan. So glad I caught you live. You look absolutely beautiful and remind me of my daughter. She has such a kind and gentle spirit like you. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. Good afternoon. Enjoy your day. How's your mom? Hi, Lillian. My mom is doing really well. She's on her second week of chemo radiation, and she has to do 5 weeks, and then we'll figure out what's next after that. You mentioned it a few months ago. It is the year of the snakes. I'm a Gemini. Heck yeah. I am a Gemini too. It's so funny because Geminis get a lot of hate, but in my opinion, they're like the best sign. Geminis and Aquarius are my favorite. Good afternoon. Enjoyed. Thank you, Lillian. Oh my gosh, so many Geminis around here. Figgy D, that's awesome. Let's hope for a good 2025. I'm hoping. Chemo is really hard on my grandpa, but that was a long time ago. I hope your mom does well. She said she is feeling totally fine so far. They did tell us that by the end of the second week is when she is going to start feeling more of the negative side effects from chemo radiation. But as of right now, she is still going by herself. I have offered to go with her and drive her so many times, and she's like, no, it's just so much easier to go straight to work from here, instead of having to like bring me back here, have me drop her off and come pick her up from work. But but she's doing really good, and I've eventually probably will have to drive her in the morning when she lets me. I get my lack of asking for help from her. So, you know, I'm going to have to force it on her eventually. And just tell her, like, I'm driving you. I'm going to drive you now. Because she doesn't want me to. I'm sorry, my lips are so chapped. So I keep applying chapstick because my lips are just so dry and chapped. So this Illinois winter, drying me out. Dog cat party. Why am I looking up Bob Wells? I've met Bob. He's a cool guy. How much of a deal breaker is no toilet when doing van life? Like, does it matter a ton if you spend most of your time in BLM nature? What are your thoughts? So when I first started on the road, I had a foldable portaloo, which basically just like looks like a toilet seat that has 3 legs that bend down, and then you just put a bag in it. And it like, that's, you just do your business in a bag and then you throw the bag away. And so I had like a privacy camping tent, like a shower tent that I would put up wherever I was, which was fine if you're out boondocking or in the middle of nature. Sorry, I just got distracted. But when you're like in towns or something, it's rough, right? Because you're not always going to be like at a public restroom. And like public restrooms are not like the easiest to find sometimes. And so getting an actual toilet, I ended up getting a compostable toilet, changed, oh my gosh, it made my van life like a million times better. Moonchild said, change the pattern, let go of that. I don't know what you're talking about. Chantal, have you ever heard of Arlington Heights? Yes, I have. It's not far from here. I mean, maybe like an hour from where I'm at. Thank you, Steve. Trust me, Deb, I only drink water, really. And so it's just, it's so dry here in the winter. This one, it says good vibes. And I know I can't like make it not as bright. I'm gonna have to figure that out at some point. Sounds good. As I used to backpack, portable showers and toilets work. Yep. The camping toilet is so convenient. Yeah, it was nice to have something, but it was very frustrating. Like if I had to go to the bathroom and I am like driving to my spot, I have no idea why that happened. If I am driving to my spot and I have to like set that up first, it's very frustrating. Yes, I keep the humidifier going all of the time. Yeah, Deb, it's crazy. And also, like, my scalp gets really dry whenever I'm in Illinois, and it's so funny because when I'm in Arizona, it's so dry there, but I do not get like the same amount, like the same type of dry. I don't know how to explain that, as I do here. And so the humidity is much higher in Illinois, and in summer the humidity is like so gross, and I feel like I'm very well moisturized in the summer, but for some reason the winter here dries me out so bad. And like I can drink tons of water and I can put chapstick on all the time, and I have like this stuff for my scalp. I don't know if you guys can tell like how dry it is right now. You can't, but it is, trust me. Yeah, not letting people help you. Yeah, Moonchild, I've had that issue my entire life. So according to psychologists, it's called hyperindependence, and it comes from not having people to rely on when you were younger. So it's something that I'm working through, but that's also why my mom has it too. So maybe move it to the back wall so it might be easier. So it's because the lights are too bright. Like this one, the reason why it is, I can change the setting on it. So if I turn it up, see how it like blurs it out? This one does not have a setting, and so I can't change the brightness, whereas this one I can turn it all the way down. Please give Joey a squeeze from me. I lost my Ciara, my papillion. She was almost 18 years old, and I'm so grateful for all those years. Susan! That's so cute. 18? I hope Joey makes it to 18. Hi Chantel, just want to wish you and your mom a happy new year. You looking good. Thank you, Robin. That's very sweet. Glad you're doing good. Praying for your mom. Thank you, Betty. Steve said it's the furnace running that takes the moisture out of the air, I think. Same here. Yeah, it's just so dry. So dry. Could you please bring Jojo in for a hi? Joey! Jojo! Joe! Come here, bud. Hi! Oh, my best boy. Come here. Oh my gosh, you're just so cute. Hi, Jojo, good boy. You gotta come a little closer. Okay, there we go. Oh! Everyone say hello to Joey. He's such a good boy. Gosh, yeah, Steve, I really think, like, because of the furnace and whatnot, it's just so dry here. And it's so cold. The wind chill, stupid cold. One of the most common winter stains in Illinois in the winter is, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the wind. Christine, one of my mom's dogs' name is Maggie. She's half Pomeranian, half Beagle. It's so cute. Say hi to everybody, Jojo. Say hi. He's like looking around for people. He's like, where? Hi. I got a humidifier hooked up to my furnace. It helps so much. That's good. We do have a humidifier that runs constantly. And I constantly having to like fill it and dump it, but yeah, he finally got a haircut. I know. You can tell that I did it because it's so uneven. You're such a good boy though, Joe. Maggie is a Morkie Maltese and Yorkie. Oh, so she probably looks similar to Joey. I love Morkies. They're so cute. Does he like haircuts? No. No, he does not like haircuts. He hates going to a groomer. But they do such a good job and they're like obviously trained to handle it. When I do them myself, I have to do them in sections. And so like I'll do his head and then let him run away because he has been trying to get away from me since that first snip. And then I will like slowly do the rest of his body. Like maybe at one time I'll do like his legs. Journey J Aloha from Vegas. Hi. I'm just rewatching your Desert Museum vlog in Tucson. I'll be road tripping down there in a couple weeks, so excited to check it out. Aloha. Yes. I love that place. It's in the mountain park. The Tucson Mountain Park is so beautiful. Like when you think of like the desert you would see in movie scenes, that is what it looks like. It's so gorgeous. Just a little ragmuffin, Joey. Just a little ragmuffin. Such a good boy. Maggie hates just hearing the zipper open on her clipper bag, runs away and hates me for days. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't even have clippers. I just use scissors and I just literally takes so long to cut off all his little hairs. Yep. What van setup do I want if money was no object? I would get a Travato 59G. As a single person, I feel like it has the perfect setup. It has a full bathroom with a shower. It has one of the bigger fridges, and I love that. And then it has like the table and the front two chairs swivel around so you can have two sides of the table to sit on. And then the table also goes down so you can make that into a spare bed if you have somebody staying with you. Honestly, it is, in my opinion, the perfect van. Class B RV. I want it so bad, but it is so expensive. Look at how he's sitting. I love watching Joey. From Joe. Joe to Joe. Everybody loves you, Joe. Say hi. Say hi. I got a feeling JoJo is going to be around for many years. His eyes are bright and healthy. Yeah, they are. Look at him, Joey. Even though he has none of his teeth left, he has like 2 teeth on the bottom left. The swivel seats are the best. More room for company. Yeah. One day I would love to. Let's get Chantel a Travato 59G. Thank you, Joe. That would be crazy. They're so expensive. I mean, they cost as much as the house did 20 years ago. Joey is enjoying the hug. Such a softie. I know. He is a little cuddle bug. He loves it. All right, Joe. He loves the love. I feel like we can't go anywhere in public without somebody stopping and to like say hi to Joey. Not that they know me or anything, just like they see my dog and he just has that like personality that everybody's like, oh my God, he's so cute. Can't take him anywhere. Everybody loves Joey. It's so cute though. I just start in my car next year. Breathless Dreams Mia. Good luck. It's going to be so fun. I miss being on the road a lot. I do. I'm sitting here sipping on a cup of coffee. Are you still enjoying your daily cup of joe? Of course. Oh my God. Robin, I would not be able to live without coffee. And in fact, okay, so we just went to Marshall's like 2 days ago, I think. And they have like a back wall, and it's probably like 10 feet long, that is just coffee flavors. And it's a lot of, oh my gosh, what was that? Oh my gosh, I forgot what that popular brand is. Tirani or something like that. And they had a sugar-free s'mores flavor. And so I'm obsessed with it right now. Obsessed with it. I thought it would be more marshmallow, but it's actually more graham cracker flavor, and I love it. Cute dogs are magnets. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And I love it because he's so good with people. And the kids love him. And it's so cute. And he just like brings the joy to these little kids. And I know that they bring him a lot of joy too. So it's really cute. Wow, I would love to view a wall of coffee. I got a coconut flavored coffee for Christmas. Yeah, Jackie, I mean, it's a huge wall, just full of different coffee flavors that you can get. Just bottles and bottles of different coffee flavors. And so I picked out the sugar-free s'mores, and then I got a sugar-free cinnamon vanilla. I think it's called Tirani. I went to go look it up on my phone, and it's over there. Oh yeah, but I can just look it up on my laptop right here. Torani, Torani. It's like the most popular brand, but they had those. And so I got 2 of them, 2 different sugar-free flavors, because they are it's the only brand that I like the sugar-free syrups. My mom's a huge fan of the skinny syrups, and I do not like them. I feel like they taste too much like artificial sweetener. Whereas the Tirani flavorings don't. If you're needing to get away, come to Lincoln and I'll take you out for vegan dinner or make a vegan dinner, and I have room for you and Joey. Aw, thanks, Steve. That's really sweet. I did drive through Lincoln too. Lincoln, Nebraska. Also, I was so excited to go back to Lake McConaughey, and I was so sad that I didn't get to go. Especially because in the fall time with the changing colors, it is so beautiful. And for $8 a night to boondock on that lake, it is so perfect. And I cannot wait to go back there. What is your all-time favorite dessert or sweets? So Ben & Jerry's makes a dairy-free ice cream, that's strawberry cheesecake. It was my favorite Ben & Jerry's flavor, and they never had it. They just recently, like in the last year or so, added it to their dairy-free options, and it is so good. So that's probably my favorite. But you can't go wrong with a brownie either. When I get my car just to go get groceries, I get that feeling in my body of starting an adventure. My brain just wants to keep driving. But then I realize I'm just getting groceries. Christine, I feel that. I feel that. And sometimes it's sad because sometimes like going and getting groceries is like my adventure that week. Oh, gosh, I repeated what I said like 4 times. Sorry. It's okay, Mia. I think I only saw the one of you saying that you were going to start car camping. So I didn't see anything repeated 4 times. And I'm sorry if I missed any comments. I'm sorry. I'm trying. My hometown grocery store has a whole aisle of coffee syrups. I used to buy them a lot. That's awesome. We have a Walmart is our grocery store here. And so they do have like a couple of the Torani flavors. They only have one sugar-free and it's vanilla. It's the only sugar-free one that they have. I have a few bottles of flavor from the same make. They are good. Yeah, Jackie. They really are like the Torani syrups are the best in my opinion. I've tried a few different brands, but especially for the sugar-free ones are the best. Because I really started paying attention to how much sugar I was like consuming. And I was using a even though it was non-dairy, it was a vegan creamer. It still had like, and you know, I'm not using 2 tablespoons. I'm using like 5 or 6 tablespoons of creamer, and there's so much added sugar in them, and then I would add sugar to it. And so I switched to a 0 sugar creamer and a sugar-free syrup as well. Ben and Cherries. It's vegan. I've tried the cherry one and I do really like it. And I think they call it, there's like a Cherry Garcia flavor from Ben and Jerry's. And they do make a dairy-free version of it. It's so good. But I cannot stop loving the strawberry cheese. It has like little graham cracker chunks in it. It's so good. Steve, that's awesome. Yeah, my health improved dramatically when I first went vegan. My cholesterol, because I was vegetarian for years before I went vegan, and I was eating a lot of dairy. I just like cut out meat basically, and I was still eating tons of dairy, and so my cholesterol went up really high. And then when I went vegan, I'm like back down to normal cholesterol levels, even like on the lower side because there are not many. I think cholesterol is animal based in general, and so. This mushroom light is from Amazon. And the last time I saw it, it said it was unavailable. But it is, I just looked up mushroom neon light, and this one popped up with the moon phases, so I really liked it. Thank you, Christine. Everyone, please don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I should give it a thumbs up too. Moonchild, thank you so much. I am trying. Luckily they're a little bit slower today than they were the last time I went live. I could not keep up with the comments, and we had so many like spam people come in. I don't know if any of you were here for that, but there was so many like spam just making weird comments, and I added a bunch of people as mods so we could like keep up like with deleting them so I could read actual people's comments. It was crazy. This one is so much better. This live stream is a lot easier. There's no weird spammy comments today, which is great. Definitely check it out. I didn't know, I just moved where finally Whole Foods and Trader Joe's was in Florida, but where was not any. Ordered everything online then. I think I'm the only person that's never been to a Trader Joe's. I doubt you're not the only person, Christine. I've never been inside of a Costco. And Sarah and I, when we were in the Phoenix area, we're going to go to a Costco so I could go to my first Costco, and then we didn't end up going. And they're building one here now in this town that I'm in. So I'll probably end up eventually getting to go inside of Costco. Do you have a favorite fruit, or maybe top 2 or 3? Oranges / cuties. I eat a lot of citrus, but I love grapes too. And what are the ones that look like, it's kind of like a lychee, but it has like the little, it looks like little horns on it. I think it's called a rambutan. I actually had one that was ripe and like so good, and it became like my favorite fruit, but I haven't been able to find a good one since that one time I had it. And I got it from the Eugene Saturday Market. Thank you. Costco is overwhelming. I've been inside of a Sam's Club, and I hear that it's very similar. It's called a rambutan. I can look up the spelling for that for you. And then you can you can Google it and look and see what, because it looks so weird. But inside is like the fruit part, and there's also a pit. But it has the texture of a grape. It's called a rambutan. It's Rambutan. I'm gonna type it in. It's a tropical fruit. Everyone go Google a rambutan. But it's very similar to a lychee. Like if you've ever had a lychee, it has like this a similar, like you have to peel it out of its little pod first and then eat it, and it has like a similar texture to a grape. Ooh, now I got to try a rambutan and the strawberry cheesecake Ben & Jerry's after this line. Yeah. I know, and I've only had one that one time, and it became like my favorite fruit, and every single time I've like found them, they don't look good. Like you can tell that they're like either overly ripe or not ripe enough, and it's just not something that grows here in the US, so it's just one of those fruits that are really hard to get. I would love to visit places, more tropical places that have a wider variety of fruits to eat. I would love that. Like I follow this girl, not much anymore, but when I first went vegan, I followed this girl, Freely the Banana Girl, and she is like, I don't know how to say this like nicely, but she's kind of mean in a way to people who are not vegan, and I did not like that about her channel. But she is a fruitarian, and so she eats a lot of fruit. Like she eats so much fruit, and she lives in Bali, and so she has all of these like tropical exotic fruits every single day, and like I would love that life. Show of hands of people here that camp, van life, boondock, or road trip. It looks like an ocean animal. Isn't it the weirdest like looking fruit ever? And if the lady at the, because I found it at the Eugene Saturday Market, and this lady, I was like, what is this thing? Because it looks so weird. And she's like, it's a rambutan. Just like everybody should know what a rambutan is. And so I asked her to describe it for me, and she said it's like a giant grape that you have to peel first. And I loved it. It was so good. And I only bought 2 of them, and they were like perfectly ripe. And every single time that I found them again, like it's been, you know, if you go to like farmers markets or things like that, I have not found any that are like ripe, or they're too ripe and they're like mushy. Didn't see the start of the live. Will you be there at your mother's for a while? Yeah, I'm not really sure how long. I'm not really sure. Okay. I'm looking up, somebody asked me where rambutans are from. So I'm looking it up. It says Southeast Asia. That's where they originate. Southeast Asia. Hi, Jan. It's good to see you here. I don't even know how long we've been live because my counter restarted, because I don't know if my internet like went a little faulty for a second. Southeast Asia, it looks like, yeah. And you can do things like, oh my God, what is that? I think it's called Miami fruit. But they send you some exotic fruits in the mail. I've heard like decent things about it, but it's kind of expensive. Being vegan, I eat lots of Asian and Korean food. Me too. And now that I think about it, maybe if like one of the Asian shops, like the Asian stores, like maybe they would have rambutans. What time is it? Almost 2. It's almost been 3 hours, you guys. That might be wrong time for me, though. It has been around 2 hours. Yep, like 2.5, Steve. You're right. You right. That happened really fast. that 2.5 hours went by real fast. But it's good to come on here and like chat with you guys, especially because I feel like I've been gone for so long. To be honest, I have like not picked up my camera to record anything at all. Which has been kind of nice. I feel like I really needed it, especially because I like didn't know every little project that I wanted to start, like just had like a to be continued moment. And so now I'm just kind of having this like, okay, we'll get back to those things eventually. 1238 north of Lake Havasu City. That's cool. Yeah, I think I'm like an hour or 2 ahead of you. Let's see. Time zone. I am in Central Time Zone. It's 1:40. We have missed you, but understand the circumstances. Thank you, Deb. Thank you. Yeah, it's, you know, I will probably start, I can, you know, especially now that I have like my little section. I'll try to get this lighting thing figured out because it's just kind of weird. But I can probably do more lives and we can start just chatting and hanging out more. And maybe we can do more crafts too before I switch over to the new channel, and I can show you guys what I'll be doing. Thank you, Steve. I mean, it has been hours almost technically, so. My upstairs roommate asked me about noodles. I had their class, but made out of sweet potato. I love them. Bought it at an Asian market. So there is a restaurant that I just recently tried. It's Bibimbap, Bibimbop, Bibimbap, which is an Asian-inspired gluten-free restaurant. And they have a ton of vegan options, but they also have like different meats you can get. And it's kind of like a Chipotle, it's like Subway style ordering where you go in and you get a bowl and then you can either get rice or the glass sweet potato noodles. They're so good. And then I get like broccoli and tofu, carrots, stuff like that. And it's so good. And it's like decently priced. I think it's like $10 or so for a bowl. And it's like so much food. It's such a good deal. Bibimbap. New spokesperson. You guys sponsor me. I actually don't do a lot of like sponsorship videos or brand deals. In fact, almost every single time I am like, okay, fine, I'll do it. I end up having like not an easy time with it. Like this one time where I'm finally like, okay, sure, I'll take your e-bike. And then the box came damaged. It's missing parts. It's hard to put together. It's 80 pounds. So it's not easy to like move around and work on. And I'm like, why did I think that this was a good idea for me? I don't even think I could put a normal bike together, let alone an electric bike. I was able to plug the battery in though. So we did get the battery charged up. Yeah. But putting it together has been a real pain in the ass. Every time I get to like the next step, I'm missing a part. It's just been not fun. I try to do vlogs. It's hard to edit. I feel that. I loved boondocking just outside of Lake Havasu. I love Lake Havasu. Like that area is very beautiful. There's palm trees along the lake, which we found this, we did this boat tour. It was me, Sarah, Aaron, and Dawn from Dawn of Van Life, and we went on this like sunset Lake Havasu boat tour and found out that the reason why they have palm trees is because the birds brought the seeds in their poop and then planted them by pooping. And that's why Lake Havasu has palm trees. Because if you notice, they're not native to the area. So I just thought that was really cool. Love to watercolor with you. That would be fun. Thank you. I'll probably do some like artsy stuff eventually. Blue Yeti and Jackery sponsors lots of bloggers who camp on the road. So Jackery was actually my first brand deal ever. If you guys have been around, you have seen that in the past. However, I did not like their customer service. And had an issue with my solar panels breaking multiple times. And so I decided not to support them in a way of like promoting their products anymore. But Blue Eddy, I would try a Blue Eddy. The thing is like I already have 2 batteries. And so I see people, even people that I've hung out with who have like 12 batteries that because they've just accepted every single battery that was offered to them through their emails. And that's just not my style. But Blue Eddy apparently is supposed to be like a really decent brand, especially comparable to Jackery. It's definitely an easier plug and play system rather than building your own battery setup. Birds have given me a pear tree in my yard. That's really cool. Also a nut tree, but that might be a squirrel. Yeah, so we have a walnut tree right here, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with walnuts, but they come in this like casing, and they're like this big, the fruit, and then the nut is on the inside. And these things are like this big, and they're big and honky, and so whenever I was sitting in my garage, it would like just randomly like fall, and it was a lot. It sounded like somebody was running into my garage, like with their vehicle. Like it was so loud, and it was terrifying. And then we have these squirrels that come and they like rip off to get into the nut. They rip off this like outer shell and like leave it on my mom's porch. And so she has this like fight going on with these squirrels because they leave their little walnut shell wrappings on the deck, and it stains it because it's like black. It's so funny. So now all of her friends buy her like squirrel gifts. Like I made her a bracelet that had like a squirrel charm on it. And on the other one I had a nut. She has this like rivalry with the squirrel that lives here. It's so cute. I like the stove and your original refrigerator. Thank you. Yeah, so the fridge, that fridge was the last, before I got this e-bike, that fridge was the last brand deal that I did with Bouge RV. And Bouge RV has reached out to me and offered me other items, and I just like, I don't want to accept them just to get free items. Because if it's not something that I need or I'm going to use every day, I don't want to take it, especially because I was in a minivan. There's just not a lot of room. And like the people who, have like 10 batteries, like they don't take them with them, right? They keep them at home and they bring one with them. And I didn't have a place where I could store 10 batteries. You know, like I'm here at my mom's house right now, but like I'm not staying here. Like this is my house, right? I don't want to like fill her house with a bunch of junk. It's not gonna, you know. Anyways. Carolyn's RV does Blue Yeti, and she's only other vegan I know like you. I love Carolyn. I've traveled with her a couple times. I love her. Are you happy with your fridge? I liked my fridge a lot. I have had no issues with my fridge whatsoever. The only problem, and I think that any brand you're going to deal with this, is that if it's really hot outside, it just drains my battery because it's constantly having to turn on and keep things cool in there. So I really, really like it when it's not hot outside. Otherwise, it seriously just drains my battery. There's a squirrel that teases my dog. It'll get as close as she can and then it runs. Favorite Christmas gift from mom? So this year my mom got me an ice maker, which is something that I asked for. So that was super exciting. She also got me some slippers. And then it's so funny because she bought me the slippers from my Amazon wish list. But then she's like, hey, I have these Birkenstocks. Do you want them? Yeah. I was like, you could have just given me these because I love them. And so now probably these Birkenstocks are now my new favorite thing. But yeah, I did get an ice maker because I wanted to start making iced coffees in the morning. And we don't have like an ice machine here in the fridge. It's very old school fridge. Like, it has the top and bottom instead of the two sides with the ice maker on it. Antonio, I don't want to be that person who makes a new video every other week for a different battery to have people buy. Like, when I see the people that I follow promoting all of these like things, I don't want to watch them anymore. And so I don't want to be that person. And so if I take something and I'm like promoting it to you guys, just know that I thought about it a lot. And it's something that I would actually love and use myself, or else I wouldn't promote it. Because I cannot stand the people who seriously promote something like every other video that they do. Like, every other video is like a new product, a new battery that you need to get. It's the best one for van life. I can't stand it. But that's just me. That's just, that's just me. I have one smaller Jackery, easy to carry, but I do have solar system that powers my fridge lights, charges cells, and laptop. Have you considered looking into your electrical issues with your van, adding a dedicated charging circuit for the Jackery, or mounting solar on your roof? Hobo hijinks. No. And the reason why is because I am not going to put that much money into a minivan that has almost 200,000 miles on it. Same kind of fridge, had to add the ice maker later. Same reason. I make iced coffee a lot. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited too because it's so cute. It's only like this big, the little ice maker. It's tiny. I don't think I'll be able to like put it into my minivan, but I can definitely use it here almost every day. It's called Integrity. Thank you, Deb. Yeah, I'm not big on the channels that promote items. Like, especially if I'm watching your channel, because I like watching like your travels and stuff. Like, I don't care what battery you use. And when I was building out my van, I would watch specific channels for that. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. How is Joey? Joey's doing really good. Joey's loving house life. Where do you get your ideas for places to travel? So when I first started traveling, I had like a list, right, of like all the places that I wanted to see. I got the national park pass. I went to like 7 national parks that year. And just the main thing was like getting down to Arizona for the winter and then back to the Pacific Northwest for the summer. And so I pretty much just made like a list of places going from those places, if that makes sense. And then after I like did all the things that I thought that I wanted to do, I just kind of chose a spot on Irelander, which is the app that I use to find the places to stay. And I would choose somewhere within a couple hours of where I was already at. And so I never traveled more than like 2 hours a week. And then I would just choose another place to go. Excuse me. Feel the same about YouTubers who do that. I agree with you. Yeah. Like there's no reason for like a single person to need 10 batteries. It's just excessive at that point. And as someone who lives like more minimally, like even though I had gotten a new Jackery, I gave my old Jackery away. I gave it to Sarah and Aaron. And so I didn't need, like, I could have had a second Jackery and I got rid of it. And then when I first got the bigger Jackery, because before, if you guys have been watching from the very, very beginning when I moved into my van, I had the Jackery 250. This thing's like this big. It's 6 pounds. It's super tiny. If I wanted to charge my laptop, like it would take up the entire thing. And so I really had to plan like my editing and everything around that battery. And then when I ended up getting the bigger Jackery through the brand deal, they sent me a Jackery and 2 panels that go with it. It's the Jackery 1000. So I'm looking at it right now. And when I finally got that one, I ended up gifting the smaller one to my to one of my patrons. I did a giveaway on my Patreon for the smaller Jackery. And so I'm just not somebody who is going to like get and keep a bunch of batteries. It's the same thing with e-bikes. I've gotten, I'm gonna like not exaggerating, probably like 40 e-bike invites. And I finally said yes to one. And I regret it. Because it's been a pain in the ass putting together. I've had it for so long and I haven't been able to get it together. Do I have a passport yet? No, I do not. I do not have a passport yet. I've gotten the paperwork to get a passport a few times and just have not filled it out and turned it in. And also you need to like go get your picture taken. And then, so I just haven't gotten around to it. But I would love to be able to go to Canada and Mexico. I have a feeling Joey could adapt a cushy life inside. He's a champ traveler, but he knows how to relax. Yes, he does love the house life. He's very spoiled by his grandma. And he loves having his little 2 doggy BFFs. They're so cute together. Max is a Pomeranian, and she's like this big, and she's so cute. But she loves barking. So we live kind of kitty corner to a BP gas station, and you can see it from our windows for this little room that's in the front of the house. And so she'll sit in there and watch people drive into the BP and just bark at them. Like that is her like favorite thing to do. And so Joey loves it because he loves a good barking party. And so he can't even see because she can jump up onto like the chairs and stuff and like be able to see out of the window. Joey cannot, his back legs, he had floating patellas since he was a little puppy. And so he cannot jump up very high. And so he cannot see what she's barking at, but just loves to bark with her. I'm glad you're done traveling with Carolyn's RV life. You both have awesome channels and love my vegan life. Yeah, she is so sweet. She is the sweetest woman ever. Like, she's so nice. But yeah, she was one of like the first channels that I started watching. Her and Chrome, Eamon and Beck. Back then it was the minimal millennials, and now they're just by the Matneys. They just built out a buzz, I guess. But those were like the only van life channels that I followed that kind of still do it. The rest of everybody that I've used to follow back in the day, like circa 2015, 2016, like none of them do it anymore. Hobo Hygiene said, so you stay in one place for so long because you don't want to get burnt out on traveling. If you're talking about a week being a long time, yeah, sure. So hobo hijinks. Let me answer this better for you. When I first started traveling, I traveled so fast and I got so burnt out. I was like moving like every other day. And it takes a big toll on you. It's also way more expensive to travel quickly. And so yeah, I learned over the years like a good pace for me is to go somewhere for a week, stay there, and then move somewhere not far away, like 1 to 2 hours max from where I'm already at. And even better if you can find like a little activity to do, like a hike or go see a waterfall or something along that nature, and then stay in that place for another week. It is the most cost effective. I'm able to keep going without feeling like I am completely drained. It is still, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it is exhausting. The only time I'm not really exhausted when I'm traveling is when I'm in the desert, because you don't have to go far at all. Like I can stay in Quartzsite for a couple months and be totally fine. But I would not be able to stay somewhere else for that long. I hope that all made sense. Sometimes I feel like I ramble. I'm a rambler, and then I'm like, wait, was that cohesive? I'm not sure. I had a party pom. He lived 19 years. He was amazing. Was a gift to me. That's cute. Yeah, we've had, this is our third Pomeranian. Our first Pomeranian, her name was Chelsea. She passed away when I was young, like I think like 10 or so. And then my aunt in New York's husband was out hunting in the woods, found a Pomeranian who was severely beaten and not doing well at all and very scared of people. And she has 9 kids. So he was like, do you guys want this dog? And traveled that little Pomeranian all the way from New York to Illinois, and we named him Lucky. And then this is our third Pomeranian, which she was 10 when my mom adopted her. So she was already an elderly dog. But yeah, my mom adopted her from the shelter for her last few years. And Maggie, the Beagle Pom mix, is actually Max's, the Pomeranian's, daughter. And if you saw them side by side, you would never guess it, because Max is like 12 or 13 pounds. She's a tiny little Pomeranian. And Maggie is a very overweight beagle. So just imagine, like, Maggie's like this big, right? And Max is like this big. And I'm like, how did you come out of that? This is so funny. But they're so cute though. Hi Galen. Apologies if this has been asked, but how's your mom and Joey? No worries. They're doing good. My mom is doing very well. And Joey is living his best life. He's sleeping right now in his bed that has 2 blankets on it, because my mom didn't think one would be enough. He's so spoiled here. It's so funny. But yeah, my mom's doing really well. Thank you for asking. Enjoyed when you stayed a place for a bit. The light and atmosphere changes, and your videos are so peaceful and enjoyable. Thank you. Blessings, everyone. Thank you, MJ. Yes, Steve, slow travel, honestly, if you're in it for the long haul and you're like, if you're just doing a cross-country trip and you only have 2 weeks, like, yeah, move fast. Try to get as much in as you can. But if this is something that you're planning on doing forever, like in my head, I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like eventually I would love to get land, but I always want to be able to travel. And so I have to go slow enough that I don't get burnt out within a few weeks. Palms will steer your heart and soul for sure. Yeah. Yep. It's so cute. Are there enjoyable vegan restaurant options in your hometown? So actually where I'm at is not my hometown. I didn't grow up far from here, but after my parents got divorced, I was 25 already. Well, I think I was 24, but by the time that it was finalized and we were moving out, I was 25. And then we moved, and my mom moved into this house, and I only lived here for like a year or so before I moved to Oregon when I was 26. And so this is definitely not my hometown, but they do have a few vegan options. A few. It is like a smaller area. Like the town that we're in only has like 20,000 people. So it's not a huge, like, thriving metropolis. So surprisingly, they do have some vegan options. Especially nowadays, I feel like you can't, I mean, almost every single restaurant that you go to will have like a veggie burger at the least. I have a home-built teardrop, and I'm thinking about week is good. Gonna try to make 2025 the year of finally traveling. Has side tent for when you need more space, separate tent for potty in the shower. That's cool. I can see people think Joey would be better off in a house and not on the road, but I'm a believer that your dog wants to be anywhere you are, in a van or a house. I believe Jojo would not be happy without his mommy. Yeah, so Joey loved being in the van. In fact, sometimes it was hard to like get him to come out of the van because he was just like so content with just being in there. And I just think that he would like to do anything that we do together, right? So I don't know. He loved being outside more. That's one thing, like whenever we're here, especially because it's like wintertime, like he doesn't get to be outside as much. I mean, we were outside every single day. And now like his outside time is like going out in the backyard to go potty, right? Like it's very rare that we're going on like outdoor adventures right now because the weather is so crappy. I do miss it though. I miss being on the road. I miss traveling. I miss driving down dirt roads that you don't know where they're going to end up. I miss warm weather. But honestly, I'm so happy to be here with my mom right now. Like yeah. And the fact that she's just kind of letting me do whatever I want down here. I'm like, do you care if I like build myself out like a little, it's basically like a little apartment space down here. Like I have a full kitchen. The only thing I don't have down here is a bathroom. And so now, like, whenever I come visit her, I'll have somewhere to stay. Because before, like, it's always been like, whenever I came and visit, we never knew where to put me. Because I never really had a room here. And so, the first time I came and visited her in 2017, I stayed on a futon upstairs. In this like little sunroom off of the living room. It doesn't have a door, no closet. And then the last time I came and visited, she has 2 rooms upstairs. One she has like her king size bed in. It's like pretty much the only thing that fits in there. And then the other room she uses is like her vanity room, and like her closet is in there, like with all her clothes and her dressers and stuff like that is all in the second room. And so she actually put her bed downstairs down here, and let me have, I had a mattress on the floor in her, where her bed was. And then I felt bad because like she moved her room, she moved her room for me, which is so sweet. But at the same time, I like felt too bad about it. And so I was like, when I came to visit last time, we were like, okay, we'll just put the bed, my bed, downstairs, which is just a mattress. I didn't have a bed frame or anything. And so, my bed was just on the cement floor down here, and it was not great. But so that was like, when I came here this time, I knew that I would want to, especially because I knew I'd be staying here longer. I knew that I would want to take the time to make myself a cozy space. I have a basement. I have a basement apartment. I don't have a kitchen, but have an air fryer and instant pot, so no problem cooking, but does have a bathroom. That's awesome. Yep, I have, so when I worked at, Sally Beauty Supply, I worked there for a couple of years. And as a worker, you would get points for selling certain items, and then you can save up your points from selling things and buy items. And so I saved up for the 2 years that I worked there. I was trying to save up to get the MacBook. But it was so many points, and I would have had to be there forever, probably, in order to buy it. But when I was quitting, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to use these points that I've built up over the last 2 years of working here and get something. And so I bought a toaster oven, and it's been sitting in the box in my mom's garage since then. I have not even taken it out of the box. So now I'm like all excited because now I have like this little kitchen down here that I can bring that toaster oven that I got from Sally's and use it. And so I'll have a toaster oven, and I'll have my like a little camping stove. And that'll be fine for me down here. Your lifestyle has given you the freedom to come be with your mom during this important time in her life. The same will let you go back to a nomadic life in the future. Exactly, Christine. Exactly. Like, the road isn't going anywhere, right? My dog and previous dogs love adventures in the van, including camping, little furry nomads. Yeah, Joey loves it. And I've been camping since I was a kid. We are huge campers. And so I got Joey at 10 weeks. We had to wait a couple weeks to get him from my neighbor. Because my neighbor at the time bred dogs and told me that Joey was not sellable. And he just asked us if we wanted him for free. And so we took him. And he's like the perfect dog. Like, unsellable. That's so silly. He's the perfect dog. And so he went camping with me, and we did outdoor adventures all through his puppyhood. And so by the time we went onto the road, he was so already like into it, you know? Like, some people will say that their dogs don't like the road, but then also lived in the 9 to 5 house life. You know what I mean? Like, their entire puppyhood. And so they're not used to being like outdoors all the time. Bye, Christine. Happy New Year. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Hi, just getting here. I hope all is well. Are you at your mom's? Yes, Brenda, I'm at my mom's house. And everything is going well, thank you. Christina asked, how old is Joey? He is 11. He will be 12 in April. All right, you guys. I have been live for over 3 hours. So I think that I'm going to head out now, and it's already 2:15. I'm so hungry. I should eat lunch. Um, that way when we go out for New Year's later, I'm not just like filling up on a bunch of crap. Because I have a feeling it's going to be like more snacky foods that are plant-based friendly. And so I want to eat like real food. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me and spending this time, our last day of 2024 together. I'm so ready for 2024 to be done. It's just been such a weird year, and I'm so ready to like just start a new year and start fresh. 2025 is going to be the best. So thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me, and I will see you guys again soon. Hopefully I can do more lives now that I have this like cute setup. And I'll have to figure out the lighting situation to get this to not be so bright so you can read it. But all right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll see you guys soon.